Hey guys, Eggy here, welcome back to another video. First of all, I just want to say a huge thank you to Maho for drawing the little egg in my thumbnail. It's really cute, I really do like it, so thank you for that. Today's video is another video suggestion request from Hawk. It was actually the first one that got sent in, and I don't know why I filmed the other video first. Your guess is as good as mine, but today's video is going to be a two-parter because Sazzle requested new releases that I'm looking forward to, so I thought I'd do it in with Hawk's request of top 5 manga series of all time because they kind of go hand in hand. But yeah, Hawk's request of just picking 5 was very hard because my collection is small in terms of it being just 4 shelves at 200-ish volumes, but compared to other people's collections that have like 300 to 1,000, it's not really that big. But then compared to people's collections of only like 100 or 30, it's big compared to theirs. But when I look at it and I just see 4 shelves single stacked, it seems small to me. And most of my books I have, yes, I might have 200, but a lot of those are like big series, so like 30 of it is just Blue Exorcist. So a lot of them are big series and not a lot of different series, if that makes sense. But yeah, let's start the video with the first one, which is Ancient Mage's Bride. So, funny story, all of my Ancient Mage's Bride volumes have come from Sparrow and Hawk because I've wanted to collect the series for a while because I watched the anime, loved the anime, and then Sparrow and Hawk were getting rid of, I think it was their first 2 volumes, so I got those. And then when I was looking for the other volumes, I just could not for the life of me find them. They were always out of stock. So every time Sparrow and Hawk have asked me what manga I want in like my Christmas box, or when we're doing spots or whatever, I have asked if Ancient Mage's Bride could be it, because you know it's always been out of stock, but if not, no worries. And without fail, Sparrow always messages me 2 hours or 2 days later, yep, it's been bought, we'll let you know when it's on its way. So all of my volumes have come from Hawk and Sparrow. So I'm not sure if this counts as my series, you know, because I haven't picked up myself a single volume of it, you know, it's all just been from Hawk and Sparrow. They just have the magic touch, you know, they can just find these volumes for me. I think that's what it is. But yeah, I love this series. The little fairy creatures are really cute. I may have a crush on Elias, but we don't talk about that. But yeah, that's Chisei, and she's an orphan. Basically, she has the sight to see all of like these sprites and stuff, and then her family didn't really like it because, you know, Chisei was a small child, so obviously she's gonna say, oh, look at this thing that I can see, and then her parents are like, dude, that's not normal. So she ends up being sold at an auction, and then Elias buys her to be like his bride in the near future. But at the moment, Chisei is his apprentice. I did get confused on the anime though, because there was like new OVAs, new series coming out, and I couldn't work out what to watch. But with the manga, I believe this one is ongoing at 20 volumes, I think. I could be wrong. I don't normally know when next volumes come out, unless I see it on the shelves. I'm like, oh, is that out? Let me get it. But these ones are all in order. I think the other series is like separate to it. So I guess I'll just read this series until it's finished and then start the next series, because I don't think there's much difference between when I should start and when I shouldn't. As I said, I'm completely unsure on that, but I do love this series. It is set in England too, so like the cottage that they live in is really nice. But yeah, I like the little sketches. There's dragons in it too, and of course kitty cats. But yeah, the art is really nice. I really enjoy like the little afterward sketches in manga because they're really cute sometimes. And it's got a little, that's upside down, it's got a little house living room sketch, which I like. Yeah, this is a really nice one, little magic and stuff, and I like when they have the colour pages at the beginning because it's really cute. And I like this little mini comic of Silky, which Silky is a little silver lady that lives with them. But yeah, I really do like this series. It is one of my favourite series. So yeah, still need to pick it up myself, but so far I'm really enjoying it. The next one is Apothecary Diaries. So Mau Mau here, she has a dad and then she has a father, if you know the difference between the two. So her dad is he works in an apothecary, and then she got taught by him, so she knows how to do like medicine and stuff. But then part of her debt is she has to work in a palace to pay off her debt, because she used to live in a kind of like brothel place. But yeah, and Jinshi, I kind of have a crush on him too. But yeah, he's a pretty boy, and one thing about me, I do like the pretty boys, especially if they've got long hair like Jinshi. So, but this one also has the colour pages. See, look how cute. I haven't watched the anime for Apothecary Diaries because at the moment 13 is out. I haven't picked it up yet. I'm doing a big shopping trip in May, so I'm gonna pick it up then and hope it's still in stock. And at the end of May-ish, the art book is coming out, which I'm also hoping to pick up because I love this series. But the anime, I think, at the end of volume 12 is the frog scene. If you know, you know, and that's where I got up to. I'm not sure if that part has been animated, and I don't know how the anime goes alongside the manga because I've tried my best not to look at anything related to it because I don't want to spoil myself, because I love the series. But so far it is one that I've just been manga only with, which I'm happy to continue to do so because I just really like the manga. It's a really nice one, so I'm not too fussed about not watching the anime yet, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's got the nice colour pages. You know, the characters in here are drawn really nicely, like they're all really pretty. But basically Mau Mau goes along and investigates. See, look at all these trees. But Mau Mau goes along and investigates for Jinshi, and then it's just basically her story and like little side stories at the back. And then she just goes around fighting crime, kind of like Batman, but like not, because she's not rich. I'm not really good at explaining things, but so please do bear with me. But it's a really good one. I'm just not justifying it right. Yeah, most of it is just, you know, she gives them the remedies through like potions and stuff that she makes, but there is some mystique to it. And it's a very, like, I like this one because it's historical, and like most historical ones I don't tend to like, just purely for my part because I'm not really that into historical animes and like mangas. But this one, the clothes are really, really pretty, as well as the designs of like the characters and stuff. But yeah, it's really nice one. The characters are drawn really, really nicely. I like the dynamic she has with Jinshi. Like, he's basically like the ha cat, if you know that meme. So she'll do something like, she has freckles, but she's painted the freckles on. So when he realized that, he was basically like the heart cat, like, huh, your freckles weren't real, you know? And then she'll be like, oh, I ate poison, don't worry, it won't harm you, I've built up an intolerance. And he's like, huh, you did what? Basically, like, that dynamic. And so far they're friends, but then with the frog scene, it's like kind of a slow burn. So it's nice that the romance is just like a subplot, because a lot of them, they're just like romance heavy, and I don't really like that, which is funny considering I read a lot of shoujo. But yeah, I like it as a subplot with this because it's really, really, it's done really well, if that makes sense. But yeah, I do like this one. It's a really nice one. And then the next one is Laid Back Camp, which is a nice slice of life, wholesome one. Rin goes camping by herself a lot, and then she stumbles across this girl just going and being like passed out in the campsite because she wanted to see Mount Fuji, but it wasn't like showing right. And then she was like, what are you doing camping without all your camping gear? And then it basically works out to be the story of them becoming friends and getting more people involved in the camping. The anime is really, really good too. I haven't watched season 3 yet because I've just recently got the latest volume, which is volume 16. And I've got volumes 9 to 16 to read, so I'm going to read that big chunk and then watch the rest of the anime. But Laid Back Camp, I love to rewatch just because it's like really nice slice of life one. It's like, I do like slice of life, and I like it when it's like cozy slice of life like this one. But the only problem with this series is that it's a matte cover, so like it does get doinked quite easily, which is, you know, a bit disappointing. But it's a really good one, and it's like the landscapes and stuff are drawn really nicely. But yeah, and there's a lot of food in it too, so like the food looks nice, and there's a little doggy. But yeah, it's a really cute one, really nice, wholesome slice of life one. It's just a really chill one to get into. But yeah, I started the anime first, and then I picked up the manga because I just really liked it. And I was like, oh, there's a manga out, let me read it. And now it's just like become obsessive with how much I like it, that I've been trying to find figures for the series. But every time I try to find figures, I can only find one pair. Like, I can only find Rin of one, or her of another set, so it would be 2 different sets. I can't find a pair for the same set, and it annoys me because if I want a pair of something, I want a pair, not one of one style or one of another style, because then it will look weird on my shelves. But yeah, that's a really nice, wholesome slice of life one, which is a really fun series to get into. And then we have got The Masterful Cat is Depressed Again Today. So it's basically about a cat who cooks, cleans, and looks after Saku, I think her name is. I am terrible with names. Yes, Saku. And then the cat's called Yuichi. But yeah, he realised she brought home a cat because it was a stray, like a little stray kitten. And then he realised that she hasn't been looking after herself. So he grew up big. He is massive, but he grew up so he can help look after her, and then he cooks, cleans, does all of the chores for her, and then she basically just pays the bills, and that's about it. But yeah, it's a really thin one for how expensive it is, because where it's US dollars, they don't tend to convert the money. They just tend to go, oh, $13.99, that will do, that's the price now, which is a bit annoying, especially considering how thin it is. This one I started collecting before I started collecting Apothecary Diaries. Now, Apothecary Diaries is up to volume 13. This one is up to volume 9, is the latest release, I think. So I'm a little disappointed with how slowly it's been released, but can't really do anything about that. And I'm kind of disappointed that there's not really much merch that I can find for this series, because I really do love this series. I did watch the anime. The anime has 12 episodes. It is really, really good. Normally, if I'm like manga first and then anime, some bits I don't really like because it's different to the manga. But then if I'm anime first and then manga, I don't tend to like the manga because it's different to the anime. It just really depends on what one I start in with first. But yeah, I haven't watched much anime lately because I've just been so busy with work and stuff. I haven't really had time to read manga either. But I think that was like the last anime that I watched. But it's really, really good. 12 episodes. And like the cat is animated, really fluffy, and I just want to bury my face in its fur, as one does. But yeah, it's kind of a quick read because of the way it's laid out. But yeah, Yurichi's like really big. And then he goes shopping. And then he has a disguise. And then he went to the aquarium because one of the girl idol bands that he likes was there. But yeah, he's a really big cat. And they look after each other. But she can't cook because he does all of the cooking. So it's a nice little wholesome one as well. And I like that there's little drawings of Yuichi in different poses and stuff. Like all of his different aprons he has. There's little side comics too, which is, always fun to read. But yeah, it's a quick read, especially with how thin it is. But I love this series, especially like cat faces and the little paw prints, which are, always nice to see. Yeah, love this series too. And then next up, I did kind of cheat because it is 2 books and I was only supposed to pick one, but it's Twisted Wonderland. This is like the first arc of it, which, if you don't know, it is a video game first. It's like a friendship kind of sim game. I don't know what that brand is called, but yeah, kind of follows along like with the game. I like how these are like a lot of colourful pictures at the start, because usually it's only 1 or 2. This one's glossy as well, but it's not colourful. But Grimm is one of my favourite characters. Surprise there, because he's a chimera, basically a fire cat. But yeah, it's a nice little one, and like the art style is amazing because it's by Yana Tabaso, which does Black Butler. Sorry, I had to think of the name. But it kind of follows along with the game. Like, the art style is amazing, but it also slightly differs from the game. So even if you don't play the game because it's not available over here. You can download it, but that is wrong and illegal. I don't recommend you doing that. But if you do it, you can't get on iOS because Apple doesn't like APKs. So, not that I'm telling you to do that. That's naughty. But it has little character designs at the back, which is really nice. This is also one of my top favourite series, but just purely because I really love the game, and like the art style is amazing. So the first arc, which is the Heartsball arc, is 4 volumes, which is a really nice chunk to read. But basically, the main character lives in Japan, but then an accident happens, with a horse and a carriage, and he gets transported to the Twisted Wonderland world where it's all magic, but he doesn't have magic. And then the characters are based on like the villains of Disney characters and like, the dorms and stuff. But yeah, it's a really nice one. And as I said, you don't have to play the game to be able to read it. It's just a nice standalone one. Like, you don't need to know about the game. But yeah, it's a nice one. And I said it was a double whammy because this is the anthology of it. You got all your little freshmen, so that's Ace, Deuce, Evil, Cybeck, Jack, and Grim. And then it's quite chunky too. And then that's Jack, that's Ruggy, that's Leona. Leona is one of my favourite characters, surprise to no one because he has long hair and he's a pretty boy. But it's little side stories of the characters and like what they get up to. And as I said, the art is really good. But yeah, it's a really nice one, and you can just read this one by itself because it doesn't really reference the game that much. But it is helpful if you've played the game, but you don't need it as like a requirement to read manga, if that makes sense. This has 2 volumes for the anthology. I haven't got the second one, but I think it came out February time. But yeah, it's a nice one as well. So my top 5 favourites are Twisted Wonderland, The Masterful Cat is Depressed Again Today, Laid Back Camp, Apothecary Diaries, and The Ancient Mage's Bride. So these are my top 5 favourites. So now we're going to be on to what my new releases are that I am looking forward to. And I did it as a PowerPoint if it wants to load. So let's move these. And now this is the segment that Sazzle asked for, which is new releases that I am looking forward to. So first up from Seven Seas, we have volume 9 of The Masterful Cat is Depressed Again Today. And I really do like this cover because like they're in their pajamas and it's really cute with the little paw prints and a little Kit Kat face. But yeah, that comes out March 25th. So it is already released because it is 1st of April. But yeah, this one has already been released, but I haven't picked it up purely because, again, it is expensive for the size. So I tend to put it back and buy something cheaper that is thicker. But in my shopping trip in May, I am planning to pick it up if it's still in stock. Next one is Fairy Cap, also by Seven Seas, and the description of it was that it's a sweet and fantastical story about the world's tiniest cat and the boy it chooses to live with. A minuscule cat appears one rainy day, perched on Canade's chair. But the moment he spots the tiny ball of fluff, it vanishes. Canade knows fairy cats are a rare sight to behold, hiding out of reach in nooks and crannies. But now that he's seen one, he's determined to win its affections. Can Canade corner the fairy cat out of hiding and befriend it? So basically, it's a tiny little cat and a dude who wants to be friends with it. Like, it's a cat manga. Chances are I am going to pick it up because if you don't know, I like cats. But yeah, this one comes out end of May, so I am looking forward to it. But it is said that the price is more expensive, like a little bit more expensive than the Merciful Cats Pressed again today. So I am hoping they are not the same size, because otherwise I won't want to collect it, because I am already disappointed with manga being expensive for how thin it is. So if this one is just as thin, I'm not going to like it, because I'll get interested in it and then it'll be slow to release and it's expensive and it's quick to read. So I do my best to tend to avoid those. Next up we have A Star Brighter Than the Sun Volume 1, which is, I don't know why the picture's that blurry, but it is shoujo beat, which means Maho will be happy. That one releases March 4th, so again, that one is already out. The price for that one was $11.99, but I think that one's about as thick as Twisted Wonderland is, which is about like a good chunk, and the Twisted Wonderlands were £10, so I didn't pay £10 because I got them reduced because I pre-ordered them because of how excited I was for them to come out. So I paid slightly less than that. But yeah, this one is Sei and Koki have been friends since childhood. One fateful day at the end of middle school, she has a revelation. Koki has grown up. Now they're in high school and she has another revelation. She has feelings for Koki. But Sai isn't the only girl who does. The question is, who does Koki have feelings for? So I think it's childhood friends to lovers type trope. But I hope it's not going to be like Kiss Him Not Me, where it's like really messy, because I did not like that part of it. And the guy that I liked in the anime, she did end up getting with. And then I started to collect the manga, and then the manga was just as messy as the anime. So I've got 4 volumes and I don't like it. So yeah, I hope it's not going to be like that, because I do want more series to read, because it's not that I'm bored of the series that I've got, it's just I've got so many that are just one series that takes up a lot of my space. So I do want to branch out, try new things, which is why I'm happy that, as much as I mock Maho, not like mock her, them, but I just say a lot, about how they enable me and stuff. But I am happy that they broaden my horizons by sending me shoujo, as much as like I fake complain and stuff. I do enjoy getting new recommendations and new series to get into, because as I said, I've been collecting for like 2 years on and off, and I still like a baby when it comes to collecting, because I don't know what's good, what's not good, the different demographics and stuff. So I'm always grateful to my friends for introducing me to new series, and even if I don't like it, I know they're not going to be like, how dare you not like this, it is peak anime, this, that and the other, like a lot of people tend to do. So yeah, looking forward to this one. And then obviously I had to include the next arc of Twisted Wonderland. Now for Twisted Wonderland, each arc has a different like you, which is the MC. In the game as well, they're called you because basically you are the MC. So there's like different variations of the name you in the manga, but each one has each arc has a different main character, which is very weird to me because I've played the game, but I guess to someone who hasn't played the game, it's not, gonna affect them. So yeah, I'll just have to see how that one plays out. Like, I might enjoy it. I'm not saying I'm not going to enjoy it because it's Twister Wonderland. Of course I'm going to enjoy it. But yeah, in this arc, Yu finds herself at Night Raven College, which is the school that they go to, and it's a school for magic users, which Yu doesn't have, but I'm not sure if all of the Yus are not going to have it, because that's like the whole premise of the game, is that you get transported there and you're from another world and you don't have magic, and you got to go to this school with all of the people who use magic. So I don't know if that's going to keep going on with the different Yus. We will see. But in this one, they're getting ready for the Interstorm Spell Drive tournament, so, which is like a lot of hassle from what I remember playing the game. But yeah, that comes out April 8th, and its back cover price is $14.99, which I'm hoping is not going to be, because as I said, the other Twisted Wonderland ones that I've got were only like $9.99, so I'm hoping it's going to be around the same price. And that comes out April 8th, but I'm going to be good and wait for it in May and hope it's still there. But yeah, I really love the Twisted Wonderland series. It's got a lot of pretty characters, even the teachers as well, because it's by the same person who does Black Butler, so of course there's going to be pretty characters. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. And then the next one we have is Colette Decides to Die Volume 3, which is also Shoujo Beat. As I said, I haven't really been reading much manga yet, but from what I've read of the first one, I've really enjoyed it. I had to buy the second one straight away. So I'm looking forward to picking this one up. And it comes out May 6th, so a little after my shopping trip, but I am still excited to pick that one up. And in that volume, Colette meets Dionysus, which is the god of wine, and he suffers from a cold. So based on this with Hades, I'm thinking that her relationship with Hades progresses, and we're going to read more about that, which is always exciting. But yeah, I don't really tend to know much about new releases, because new releases tend to be on Twitter and stuff, and I don't have Twitter and stuff, so I tend to learn about it based on what my friends are excited for, because I know Sparrow is really excited for Painter of the Night, which comes out in September, and it's a BL. That's pretty much all I know about it. I don't tend to read BL because that's more Maho's forte than mine. But for that one, I will pick it up, so it will boost the sales for Sparrow. So hopefully they get more volumes, because I know she's been really excited for that one to come out. So hopefully that means there's going to be more readily available merch for her to pick up, and there's more excitement for it, so I'll be more inclined to keep producing volumes for it, because I know she's really excited for that one, and that comes out September time. But yeah, I had to do a quick Google for new releases, but the Twisted Wonderland one and the Star Brighter Than the Sun were on my shopping list for May already, so not too bad with that. But the others I didn't realise were already out, which is my bad, because I don't tend to be up to date with them. But yeah, that's been my top 5 manga series of all time, and the new releases that I've been looking forward to. So Let me know in the comments down below what new series you're looking forward to and what your top 5 manga series are of all time. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again in the next video.